This bill specifies tug escort requirements for oil tankers.
Tens of miles from this Senate hearing in Olympia, a tugboat waits to escort a barge safely to port. Right now, smaller oil barges aren't required to have those tug escorts.
Everything goes through Rosario Strait.
But that's something Port Commissioner Fred Felleman is set out to change.
These very narrow waters will have that tug escort improve. Having a tugboat is the ultimate source of redundancy backup. You have a whole separate engine, a whole separate rudder, a whole separate crew.
House Bill 1578 would require tugboat escorts for certain barges that have not been required to have them in the past because they're smaller. The smaller oil barges have not had to have an escort because they weren't seen as the biggest risk.
Well, these smaller vessels, though having less volume to spill, are much more frequent travelers through our waterway. So it's the likelihood of a spill is higher, but the volume would be lower. It still can spill 15 million gallons, which is more than the Exxon Valdez spilled.
Advocates say the tug escorts serve as a backup safety measure to prevent oil spills in the case of an engine failure or some other problem. Even a minimal oil spill could create a disaster for southern resident killer whale recovery. The whales are already called some of the most contaminated marine mammals on Earth due to water pollution. And with just 75 southern resident orcas left alive in the wild, advocates say any oil spill would be catastrophic for their survival. In Seattle, I'm Alison Morrow, King 5 News.